I want to start this video by telling you a quick story. Now, this is the story of the incredible counterclockwise experiment by Ellen Langer. Now, this story is going to show you the absolute true raw power of your mind, your thoughts, and your beliefs. So what happened in this experiment, in this story? Well, Ellen Langer, who is a Harvard professor, decided to conduct an experiment all the way back in 1979. So this experiment was developed to see what would happen to an older person's physiology if you really turned back the clock psychologically. Essentially, if you really created the conditions for this person to think, act, and feel like they were a certain amount of time ago, would the body follow suit and actually become younger? Now, this was a very interesting experiment to conduct because the common belief system is as we age, we become weak and frail and even sometimes seen as helpless. However, the results of this experiment and the implications of these results may blow your mind. And after, I'll go over how what was revealed in this experiment you can use to tap more into the raw, awesome potential of your own mind. Now, because Ellen couldn't actually take people and put them back into the past, and don't worry, I'm working on the time machine, it's just not ready yet. They decided to recreate the world of 1959, which at the time of the experiment was 20 years before. They then asked the participants of this experiment to live and act as if it really was 1959, not 1979. Now, the participants of this experiment were actually 8 elderly men who were all in their 70s. And when they stepped out of the van that was transporting them to the monastery that they would be staying in, they found themselves in a time warp as soon as they walked through the door. For example, a vintage radio was playing music that was popular in the 50s. Ed Sullivan, who was a famous TV presenter in the 50s, was interviewing guests on a black and white television set. Everything in this monastery, including the magazines and newspapers, had been placed there to recreate the world of 1959. So the environmental cues they were getting were telling them, actually, it's 1959, this is a fact. Now, they also had a control group of similar men who were in a similar environment, but they were told to act normally, so they didn't need to act as if it was 1959. Now, also realize that none of these elderly men who went into this monastery were treated as if they were old. So they weren't having help, for example, carrying their luggage up the stairs or helping them with anything else they would have been used to being helped with wherever they were, like the nursing homes they were in, and so on. Now, what's crazy is only a week into this experiment, both the experimental group and the control group started showing really crazy improvements in many different areas, including their physical strength, manual dexterity, gait, posture, perception, memory, cognition, taste sensitivity, hearing, and vision. Now, according to Langer, the more significant improvements were made in the group that were acting as if it was 1959, although there were still really good improvements in the control group. And what was even more amazing is that on the last day of this experiment, men who were considered frail, who were literally using canes to walk up to the monastery on day 1, were playing an impromptu game of touch football on the lawn in front of the monastery. Langer later wrote in 1981 that many of the consequences of old age may be environmentally determined and thereby potentially reversed through manipulation of the environment. And her experiment certainly showed that this could be the case. So why am I sharing this experiment, this story with you? You may not be someone who would be considered an elder, so what significance does this have? Simple. The idea that environment beats will. In a very short amount of time, we're talking the matter of just weeks, these elderly men seem to get younger and improve their physical, mental, and emotional lives. And this is because they were put into an environment that made them feel and believe that they were actually younger. And they were also told to act as if it was 20 years ago. And through the combination of believing that and having an environment that supported that belief, men who were arriving to the experiment, to the monastery on day 1, who were barely able to walk, were playing an impromptu game of touch football by the end. And so even if you're not old, you can apply this powerful principle in your life. by setting up your environment to win, to support you in your growth and your mission, whatever it is. Your mind is so powerful that it will begin to shape your reality based on the thoughts and beliefs that you develop. And when you tap into the real raw power of your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs, you can start getting incredible results in the direction you want to get them, like Langer did for these elderly men. And there are so many environments that you can set up for yourself to cause you to actually progress and to win and bring that dream life you want to you, rather than stifle you in getting there. For example, some of these environments are your actual physical environment at home and otherwise, your inner world environment, knowing that the outer world follows the inner, and one of the biggest are the people that you hang out with, the peer group of other people you are around. And I understand, especially if this is brand new to you, it can be a little confusing and feel like a little difficult to know where to start and how to get this going. So to help you, I want to offer you a couple of things that can help you improve your environment and your beliefs so that you are getting similar incredible results. The first tool I have for you is a free case study we have of our EMF program that has helped thousands of people to do this and start living the lives of their dreams. It also gives you a free training, which you can check out through the first link in the description down below. And also, this video right here is going to show you how to rewire, reshape your inner world of beliefs through your subconscious mind. It's a deep dive, but if you get the inner environment right, so much in the outer begins to change. It's when you start seeing things as if, like the elderly men did, that combined with their environment got them incredible results.